Well, welcome back to the shed. It's colder here today than it has been. I never said it could do that. And, oh dear, I have here the mortal remains of an EMI 13 by 8 elliptical speaker. And as you can see, the cone on it is very badly damaged indeed. I mean, even I can't do anything about that. That definitely comes under I'm good, but I'm not that good. However, as you can see from the indentations in the foam gasket, it was fitted with a tweeter, and with both voice coils testing okay for a circuit, I thought to myself, well, I'm sure I've got another one of these 13 by 8 things in the shed that had a tweeter on it but hasn't anymore. So perhaps I can make one good one out of two that aren't, too good. And so here we are. What I had to do was to carefully drill out the rivets that hold this on. These little bars for the tweeter. And then I've screwed them in with machine screws and little tiny nuts. See, almost as neat as they did it originally. I've just got to obviously connect the wires for the tweeter. They disappear down this little tiny hole here, and what I might do is carefully tape them to the bars there so they don't even think about fouling the comb, because I think they have been doing that on the original, so a little mod might be in order there. This speaker's made by EMI, 13 by 8 as I say. It came in various different versions. Some had a much bigger magnet. I mean, you can see there the shoulder for it, if you like, on top of the basket would accommodate a much bigger magnet. But this one is the one most of them seem to have come with, from what I can make of it. I think this was made around about, well, it would have been late 60s, early 70s. Of course, for the American market, and very rarely over here too, there was an even bigger version of this made, 15 by 19 inch, and you might find as many as 4 mylar tweeters across the front. On some versions of this one you find there's 2 mylar tweeters, and they're arranged so they point to one side or the other. But this one has the original design. See it lurking away. So it's a sort of early coaxial speaker. Lots of car speakers nowadays are made like this. Not quite as impressively big in physical size as this, though. I should think this is probably rated, I don't know, 8 watts RMS, something like that. Not that powerful. Some of the ones with the bigger magnets, they were rated at more. But when they were mucking about with these all those years ago, they probably didn't produce anything that was rated at much more than sort of 25 watts RMS, which is a lot. Doesn't sound much, but I've got an old pair of Akai speakers down below with 12-inch woofers and 3-inch tweeters, and they're only rated 25 watts. But my God, they fill that drawing room with sound, and if their teenage kids next door used to play the record too loud, I used to turn my old thing up and it soon used to shut them up. Oh dear. Yes, I don't know. Yes, happy days, or should that be crappy days? Well, I don't know, you do hear some things on the radio, don't you? The other day they were saying that a Muslim woman had murdered her son because he wouldn't learn the Quran in the time she allocated. I mean, what on earth are we doing allowing all this junk over here, for heaven's sakes? But it shows you how out of touch the legal system and the judges can be, because in his summing up, the judge said that she was a devoted mother. Now, I know some of you that follow me, your parents, and I bet every now and again you thought, I'll kill 'em when I get 'em home. Little swine playing me up, showing me up in Tesco's or Walmart or wherever you are. But you don't do it, do you? Oh, dear, devoted mother. Well, that's devoted. I dread to think what awful's like. But then we are talking about the people who blew up the Twin Trade Towers, so yeah, I think that explains everything. So, all I've got to do now, take this down below, solder the wires up, because like a fool I've left the soldering iron down there. Probably just as well, it is a bit cold to be messing around in here today. Over here I've got a BSR record deck, which I thought I'd put in that steampunk record player, because there's a rather worn out Japanese job in there at the moment. This one would be a dead fit, because the stereo sound player on which it was all based originally had one of those horrible BSR 12 volt decks that Amstrad used to use in some of their tower systems back in the 80s. But this one's a nicer bet because it has got a proper shaded pole motor in it, and as the steampunk's only mains anyway, it doesn't run on batteries. It just seems a good idea to put old reliable in instead of slightly dodgy 1980s. Anyhow, so that's where we are, having a bit of a clear out, badly needed clear out really, and still managing to eBay away. Sold another record player the other day to a chap in London, and he's been very good communicating, so thank you very much, and so on and so forth, in marked contrast to the person who was going to buy it before, who I never heard a word from. So, yeah, yeah, it's nice when they're like the chap in London was, you know. It's nice and easy, isn't it? It all goes well, and that's it. The customer's happy, and I'm happy, and, you know, everybody's hunky-dory. Anyway, see you soon.